Look at what's under your kitchen sink right now. Toilet cleaner, surface spray, glass cleaner, degreaser, fabric freshener, bug repellent, 5 different bottles, 5 different brands, 5 different monthly costs adding up to something that probably surprises you when you add it all up at the end of the year. Now look at this. 5 ingredients, all of them under $2 each. All of them sitting in your pantry or available at any grocery store. And every single one of them replaces something you have been buying on a subscription basis your entire adult life without ever questioning whether you needed to. People used these for over 100 years before companies convinced everyone to stop. By the end of this video, you will know all 5, and you will never look at that cabinet under your sink the same way again. Before we get into the builds, I need to tell you about number 2 on this list. It is not a cleaner. It is a chemical reaction. And when you see what it does to a toilet bowl that nothing else will touch, you are going to be angry that you ever bought anything else. Number 4 is the one that got me, because the smell problem in your shoes, your car, your gym bag, it is not a dirt problem. It is a bacteria problem. And the spray you are buying right now is not solving it. It is masking it. There is a difference, and a $1 fix that actually solves it. Stay with me through all 5 because number 5 is the one most people skip, and it is the reason half of American gardens fail every single year. The $2 liquid that cleans every surface in your house. The first one is something hotels have been using quietly for decades. Not the fancy products they advertise, the actual solution their cleaning crews use on every surface in every room before guests check in. White vinegar, rubbing alcohol, water, equal parts of each. Mix them in a spray bottle. That is your all-purpose cleaner. Here's what it actually does. The acetic acid in vinegar cuts through grease and mineral deposits. The alcohol kills bacteria and evaporates instantly. No residue, no streaking, no film left behind. The water dilutes both to a concentration that is safe on virtually every surface. No commercial brand cleaner does all 3 of those things simultaneously. Most of them do one, sometimes 2, and charge you $4 to $8 a bottle for the privilege. This costs under $2 to make and refill indefinitely. It works on countertops, glass, stainless steel, tile, wood, the bathroom fixtures, kitchen appliances, everything. The same bottle, the same $2 mix. Before commercial cleaning products existed, and they did not exist until the mid-20th century. This combination or something very close to it was standard in every American household. Then companies figured out that selling you 6 specialized products instead of one general solution was more profitable. And somewhere in the advertising of the 1950s and 1960s, people stopped making it themselves. If you are finding value in this, hit subscribe right now. Earl drops one of these every single week, and the next one might be the most useful thing you see all month. The $1 reaction that cleans what nothing else will touch. This one is different from everything else on this list. It is not a cleaner, it is a reaction. And understanding that difference is why it works when everything else fails. Baking soda and vinegar. When you combine them, the chemical reaction releases carbon dioxide gas rapidly. That pressurized bubbling is not just visual. It physically lifts and breaks apart buildup, mineral deposits, soap scum, organic matter that has bonded to surfaces over time. It gets underneath the buildup mechanically in a way that spray cleaners never can because spray cleaners sit on top of the surface and work chemically. Pour half a cup of baking soda into a toilet bowl. Follow it immediately with half a cup of white vinegar. Watch what happens. That reaction reaches under the rim, into the jets, along the water line. Leave it for 15 minutes and flush. The same combination poured down a slow drain breaks up the organic buildup that is restricting flow. No Drano, no plumber, no chemicals that damage your pipes over time. Baking soda costs about 50 cents. Vinegar costs about $1. Together they do what a $5 bottle of chemical drain cleaner does, without the caustic compounds that the EPA has been flagging as environmental hazards since the 1970s. The $3 spray that repels every insect without a single chemical. Before the chemical repellent industry existed, and it did not exist in its current form until after World War II, when pesticide manufacturers needed a consumer market for their surplus production. Farmers and households kept insects away with something far simpler: clove oil and rubbing alcohol. In 20 drops of clove essential oil in 2 cups of rubbing alcohol. Mix in a spray bottle. Apply to door frames, windowsills, baseboards, the underside of outdoor furniture, anywhere insects enter or congregate. Here is the mechanism. Clove oil contains a compound called eugenol. Insects have chemoreceptors, sensory organs that detect chemical compounds in the air. Eugenol overwhelms those receptors. It does not kill them. It makes your home chemically invisible as a landing zone. They approach and turn away. No toxins absorbed through your skin. No chemicals building up in your carpet where your children and pets spend their time. No resistance developing in local insect populations the way resistance develops to synthetic pyrethroids. One small bottle of clove oil costs about $3 and makes enough spray to treat your entire home multiple times. The rubbing alcohol is something you already have. This is what farmers used before the industry convinced everyone that a can of toxic spray was the only solution. The $1 powder that actually eliminates odor, not masks. Every odor eliminating spray you have ever bought has been lying to you about what it does. It does not eliminate odor. It masks it with a stronger competing scent while the source, bacteria, continues growing undisturbed underneath. When the masking scent fades, the original odor returns. So, you spray again. And buy another bottle. Here is what actually eliminates odor: baking soda and 5 drops of any essential oil. Tea tree, lavender, eucalyptus. Your choice. Baking soda is amphoteric. It reacts with both acidic and alkaline odor compounds and neutralizes them chemically. It also absorbs moisture, which is the environment bacteria require to grow and produce the compounds that create odor in the first place. The essential oil adds antimicrobial properties that kill the bacteria at the source. Put this mixture in your shoes overnight. Leave an open container of it in your refrigerator. Sprinkle it on carpet before vacuuming. Dust it inside gym bags, trash cans, car interiors. The odor does not come back because the source has been addressed. Not masked, addressed. Total cost: $1. The spray you are replacing costs $4 to $8 a bottle and requires continuous repurchase because it never actually solves anything. The $1 mix that makes any plant grow like it's fed by a greenhouse. This one looks simple. It is simple, but what it does is something most commercial fertilizers, even expensive ones, cannot replicate: coffee grounds and crushed eggshells. Coffee grounds are high in nitrogen, the nutrient plants use to build leaves, stems, and the cellular structure that determines growth rate. They also slightly acidify soil, which is ideal for tomatoes, peppers, berries, roses, and most common garden plants, and they improve soil drainage and aeration over time. Eggshells are calcium carbonate, the same compound in commercial garden lime. Calcium strengthens cell walls, supports root development, and prevents the blossom end rot that destroys tomatoes every season for millions of home gardeners. Together, they provide two of the three primary nutrients plants need: nitrogen and calcium, plus soil structure improvement in a form that breaks down slowly and feeds plants over weeks, rather than flooding the soil with synthetic compounds that wash away in the first rain. Before synthetic fertilizers existed, which again came from the same post-World War II chemical industry that gave us synthetic pesticides, coffee grounds and crushed eggshells were standard garden practice. Every household produced them in quantity every single day and put them directly back into the soil. Save your coffee grounds and eggshells for 1 week. Mix them together. Work them into the soil around your plants. Then watch what happens over the next 30 days. None of these are new discoveries. None of them require a chemistry degree or a special order from an online store. Every single ingredient is at your grocery store right now for under $2. Most of them you already have at home. Here is what is interesting about all 5 of these together. They were not replaced because they stopped working. They worked fine. They worked well. In some cases, they work better than the products that replaced them. They were replaced because there was no way to charge you a monthly subscription for vinegar and baking soda. No way to build a brand around coffee grounds. No way to create proprietary technology out of clove oil and alcohol. The entire home products industry, worth over $200 billion globally, is built on convincing you that the simple things your grandparents used are somehow inadequate. That you need specialized chemistry, proprietary formulations, brand names, and monthly repurchases. You do not. You never did. 5 ingredients, under $10 total, and you never buy most of what is under your sink again. The question is not whether these work. 200 years of documented use across every culture on Earth already answered that question. The question is how long you want to keep paying for replacements that were never necessary. If this is the kind of thing that matters to you, subscribe right now, because Earl drops one of these every single week. Forgotten systems, buried knowledge, practical builds that cost almost nothing and replace things you have been paying for your entire life. The next one is already coming, and it might be the one that finally cuts the bill you have been paying the longest. Take care. See you in the next one.